Let's see. Today I got a haircut, hence the hat. Just kind of hiding it from everybody. Last week, I witnessed a murder. It was a shepherd, and I was in line to McDonald's drive-thru. We'll get to that joke later. People would already know it. And I saw there was a squirrel. He's sitting on the sidewalk, and he was taking his food and throwing it to this other squirrel on the road. And I was sitting in the car, and I could not figure out why he was doing it. And he kept doing it. He threw out like 4 or 5 berries out there to him. I was like, what's going on? Next thing I heard was, oh, and this truck just came by. That was loud. This truck just came by and nailed that squirrel. And I was like, oh my God. He freaking planned that. He just murdered that other squirrel. And that squirrel looked right at me in the car. He's like, yeah.
You saw what I just did. You can't have any untied mysteries to this murder. And they get you. You go back to jail. I just served 5 years for that arson. Remember that oak tree in your backyard? It's not there anymore.
Freaked out. Went to hit the car in front of me, pushed it out of the way. Got to the window, and he's like, hi, welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you? And I was like, with my buddy Christian. I was like, yeah, take I don't know, number 12. So what would you like to drink? I was like, large coffee. She goes, would you like any cream or sugar in that coffee? And I went, yeah. Nah, I like my women like I like my coffee. And there's a long pause. And I was like, and you know, by that, I mean, ground up and kept in a bag. And there was an even longer pause. I was like, you there? Hello? No? And the buddy's losing. I was like, shh, come on, man. And I was just long pause. And the next thing I heard was, sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. That is considered a threat on my employee. And if you don't leave, I'll call the cops. It's like, well, joke. Whatever. Better than cheat. And then about 2 weeks later, I went back to McDonald's. You know, I thought they forgot about the whole thing. So, got back in line. I was by myself this time. And I think it was the same lady. I'm not sure. She had the same kind of voice. And I just heard, hi, welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you? And I was like, yeah, I just want a large coffee this time. And she goes, okay, would you like any cream or sugar in your coffee? And I went, no. She's like, all right. I was like, I like my coffee like I like my women. What? And by that, I mean ground up and in a bag. Hello? Sir, I told you before that is a threat. I'm going to ask you to leave. I was like, oh, come on. Seriously, I've done this before. Sir, leave. Whatever. She's going to get the business. I just thought it'd be ironic if McDonald's went out of business because they didn't have $3. And like, yeah, could have had me. Whatever. Dude, my jokes are too bad. So then, my last week at Shepherd University, I went to McDonald's. But this time, I didn't go through the drive-thru because I figured by now they already know my car and everything. So I went inside, and the lady helped me up front. I just ordered number 12 again. She said, would you like anything to drink? I was like, and I was sitting there, I was thinking, and all of a sudden, out of the bag, I just heard, just loudly as possible, he's going to order a dead black lady. I was like, whoa, what? Whoa, easy, guy. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I see you in drive-thru like twice before ordering the same thing. I was like, how do you know that was me? I was in a car. He's like, please, you're the only one that's not embarrassed where that bill's at. Whatever. And but I just like having fun with people, just random people, and some not so random, like my mom. Those don't know, my mom's completely deaf, can't hear a word. Trust me, I tried. And my favorite thing, it never gets old. I did it 3 days ago. Hand to God, it's hilarious still. She'll be vacuuming through the house, and the one time she's not looking at me, I'll just go up and just unplug it. And she keeps going. Keeps going. Does not notice anything, doesn't just keeps going. And I'm sitting there holding the cord, just 5 seconds, hey. All right, then she sees one piece she can't get, she turns around and holding the cord. Run away. And I've done it so many times, I do it in a row. I've done it 6 times in a row is my record before I finally just gave up and just like kicked me out of the house. It was raining, it sucked. The other thing I like to do is 2 things that are hooked up in our house. There's 2 things hooked to lights. The telephone. I don't know why my mom needs to know that the phone's ringing. That's beyond me. It's not like she's going to freaking pick it up. Hello? And our doorbell. The doorbell I can understand. But then one night I was sleeping, it was a really bad thunderstorm, and lightning woke her up And the next thing I hear is her walking to the front door. And I was like, well, you're a genius. So I went to Spencer's and got a portable strobe light. And it ran on batteries, and I would sit on the couch, have it behind my back, and just turn it on and off, just to the same rhythm as that strobe light. And she'd go and answer the door, and there's nobody there. And I did it for, I don't know, an hour before she finally saw me laughing so hard I had like tears in my eyes. I was trying not to laugh. And it's like Ding Dong Ditch, but I'm on the inside. It's hilarious just to watch her go to the door and just get all frustrated and sit back down. I think about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, she took me to her high school, which is in Romney, West Virginia, about an hour and a half from here. And it's West Virginia, and this is the part I laughed so hard at. It's the West Virginia School for the Deaf and the Blind. And the first thing that came to my head was, wow, their football team must be terrible. And then I thought about, how do they get by in like the hallways? One can hear, one can hear, but can't see. One signs, but they can't see the signs. The other can talk, but the other can't hear what they're saying. So that must be like the most awkward thing to go in a hallway. Just like, I don't know, it was just confusing. And then I found out that blind people weren't allowed on the football team. I just got up on it. And my mom actually played for their football team. She's the only girl that played football. And she had her plaque up there, and it was funny. Apparently not. I was at Hagerstown again since semester went out, and it was last week, a couple days ago. Went down to the Potomac River, right across the bridge, you can go down, see enough now. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to have a nice day by myself, drink by the river. And so I started drinking, had my music playing, and I am an extreme lightweight. Like, there is no way to explain it. Like, I can walk into a bar, smell beer, and almost pass out. Like, it's bad. Like, one beer, and I'm feeling it pretty well. Trouble today was, and I was sitting and drinking, I popped up the first beer, and the next thing I see is a and I was like, okay, so I'm going. And then I saw sirens. And some people, when they get scared, you know, they get bug-eyed or they scream. I fart. And it's kind of embarrassing. And so, you know, I heard whoop whoop, and I was like, and the cop came down, came out of his car, and he's like, how you doing? I was like, I'm pretty good. He said, so you got a fire here. You know, you're not allowed to have a fire unless you have a source of water to put it out. And I was like, Tobin's right there. 5 feet. Right there. Pretty sure this isn't going to get too wild for anything. He's like, good day. He got back in his car and left. It's the funniest thing ever. And everybody's like, what happens if the prank backfires? I'm like, it usually, I've never really had a prank backfire. And somebody's like, what if your mom's a really good actress? I'm like, what do you mean? It's just, what if she's really hearing, but she's just acting deaf this whole time? And I was like, that's a sick joke, because there's times I've broken a leg and she didn't realize it until she saw me. That'd be really sick. And I just thought about it, I was like, what if one day I just say something, like we just argue and I say something really bad, and she just turns around and she's like, you know, I can hear you this whole freaking time, and I'm tired of 21 years of your abuse. I'm like,